Okay.
Quinn, tonight just seemed that the guys continue to be competitive down the stretch. Just what does it say about the competitive nature that these guys have?
Yeah, I think particularly they started really, really hot. And, you know, we hung in there even early in the game, which I thought was important, and kind of grounded our way back into it. And then, as you said, I just think, you know, we compete like that, we're going to be in games and good things are going to happen.
What did you see from DeAndre, who had a big game off the bench? I know he's limited still, but shot it great and looked like he was his old self.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have him, even if it's not as much as we'd like right now. The most important thing is he's back playing, and as I've said, you know, before the game, we can, you know, ease him back if that's the right word. You know, just. He didn't look like he was easing anything tonight, which is really important. He's not saving himself, and I just think when he's aggressive offensively early, shooting the ball, it opens a lot of other things up for him, and he's able to attack the rim. And you know, he hit a few really important mid-range jump shots as well, which he can do. So a lot of good things that he did tonight, and I haven't talked about his defense yet, which is always really consistent, and particularly against a team like the Clippers that, you know, have so many big wings. To have him out there was important.
Coach, you challenged a couple calls tonight. Most of the time it works out in our favor, but it seems like you look to your players to trust them. What are you looking for in those moments when you make those challenges?
Well, there's so many things that go into it. You know, one player may feel that he didn't foul him, but then, you know, you see the tape and someone else has their hand on his hip and, you know, the other guy fouled him. Or, you know, those challenges, you know, you want them when they are most crucial. But again, I get it. You know, you try to play percentages, you know, where it can give you the most benefit, and you know, you'd like to have them late too in case something is there. So it's a hard one. You know, you get congratulated for a challenge, and maybe that one situation is good, but there are also other things that go into it. You know, are you taking points off the board? You know, is it someone's third, fourth foul that you want to have it? So there's a lot of things that go into it, and you know, we've done the math and try to figure out exactly when it makes the most sense. And there are some situations that, you know, it's not, even if you feel like you're going to win the challenge, it doesn't make as much sense because you don't get as much out of it. So that's a long answer, but, you know, oftentimes, you know, you want to listen to the players because sometimes they're right, but they also don't have, you know, they're playing in the moment. It's really hard to, you know, to know what's going on exactly.
Offensively, not Jalen's strongest night, but it didn't seem like he let that affect his defensive performance. I'm curious what you saw from him on that end and what his approach to the game is like.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the head, Lauren. I think that's really important, and probably as much as anything when he was out, we missed his defense and his rebounding. So I know it's hard. There's some plays that he'll make, you know, and he has made, and you know, we want him to continue to make. Sometimes the ball doesn't go in, you know, and those guys, they're big, long defenders back there as well. But he didn't let it bother him, as you said, and he continued to compete.
Coach, a lot of this Clippers team has been playing together for a little bit, but James Harden is the one new piece. What's he added to that team to just kind of unlock their offense and make them even harder to stop?
He's so poised, you know, and he's shooting the ball really well. I don't know what he was from three. 6 for 9. So it's really hard to prevent that shot because of his step back and his size. So, you know, he gives them another dimension. And he's so unselfish. You know, I think their team collectively to have such a group of guys that at various times in their career, you know, have been the guy. And for them, clearly they sacrifice for one another, and that makes them even better collectively than they are individually, and that's a credit to them and a credit to Ty.
With no Clint Capella tonight, obviously Bruno Fernando gets some minutes. I know the stat line may not jump out to you, but what did you see out of his minutes tonight?
Yeah, I mean, his activity defensively, I thought there was a couple, but, similar to what we said about Jalen, he just kept playing and impacted the game other ways, and then he was able to get a few more opportunities and, finish with authority.